This video is for sleeping purposes only. Please do not goon to my voice. Thank you. Okay, guys. I wanted to try this out because I thought that it would be fun, you know. I wanted to try something new. You know, it doesn't hurt to try something new each day. It's fun. And so, first off, I have a work meeting tomorrow at 8 in the morning. And not very excited for that, so I was trying to get myself to fall asleep quickly. And the first thing that I thought of was to read a book. So I went over to my little brother Noah in his room where he was sleeping because he has a little bookshelf where he keeps all of his kids' books. And so I grabbed one and I decided, why don't I make a bedtime story video? But then I was thinking, why don't I make a bedtime story video that's whispered? So now it's like bedtime story ASMR. So yeah, I'm just trying something new. A lot of people know that I like to do bedtime stories with voice notes. And I usually stick to the voice notes, but those are most of the time from the imagination. So every story that I tell, I'm making it up on the spot. And everything just flows from my brain. So I usually just have my eyes closed. And I just talk, you know. But I feel like it wouldn't look as good on camera that way. So I decided I would do it with a book. A real bedtime book. Called Skippy John Jones, Lost in Spice by Judy Schachner. So, once again, was the red planet. I love red. That's what I said. And I musty, but some rusty, in my big boy bed. We're making tuna boodle casserole, crooned his sister, Jilly Boo Jones. Tuna noodle casserole, corrected Mama. A boodle is a dog, and we don't eat dogs. Skippy John thinks he's a dog, said Jezebel. Yeah, agreed Jujubee. He thinks he's a Chihuahua because his ears are too big for his head, added Jezebel. That's enough, scolded Mama. Pinkie Pie's ears are just fine. But Pinkie Pie was oblivious to their chatter. May I please borrow your bottles of red spice, Mama? He asked politely. Yes, you may, replied Mama, pleased with her boy's manners. But you better not be thinking of doing any sprinkling. Nuh-uh, said Skippy, blinking. Or tasting, or pasting, or wasting. If you know it's good for you, she added. Well, Skippy John Jones, always knew what was good for him. Oh, what is Skippy John Jones doing? And that was bouncing and bouncing and rocketing in the rusty red dust. Oh, I'm Skippy John Jones, and I'm in a big race to be the first dog to bounce into space. Then a bit of the spice tickled his nose, and Chewy, the kitty boy sneezed. Holy hot tamales, exclaimed Skippy Jones as he shot past his reflection. What's up with that doggy in the mirror? Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, You are not a sesame cat, dude. You are a wicked red chihuahua. And quicker than you can say jumping jacks on Jupiter, the kitty boy found his mask and cape, a mirror, a marble, and his sock monkey. He stuffed these and a few other things into his spacesuit while he sang in a muy soft voice. My name is Skippito Fresquito, and I think there are Martian peritos. Some say the green creatures share all my features. I hope it's not just Fabelitos. said Jezebel. That's because they're nude, said Jujubee. They're not nude, said Jillyboo, giggling. They're naked. And she tossed one up to the ceiling where it stuck. These kitties are so silly. I don't really understand what's going on. But I think that's a good thing. Because if you don't understand it, you'll just tune it out. And then you'll fall asleep. But if you're having fun, you can keep on paying attention. But Skippy John Jones wasn't stuck at all. He was all suited up and ready for the liftoff. The astronautito. That silly word. The astronautito took one small step into his closet for chihuahuas. I think Skippy John Jonas is pretending he's going to space to go see Mars. And one giant leap into the universe for los chimichangas. He was well into his orbit when a comet covered in crazies cruised by. Who goes there? Hollered Skippito. Martian, came the answer. Martian who? Martian to your closet and get us some frijoles, dude, said the voice. Poquito Tito, exclaimed Skippito. Is that you, amigo? See, it's all of us los chimichangos, said Poquito Tito, the smallest of the small ones. We're going to build a chili polvo pipeline from Mars to Earth, Papito. Not the chili powder pipeline, declared Skippito. Exactamente, howled the doggies. ¿Por qué? Asked Skippito. Because, amigo, began Don Diego. The biggest of the small ones, the chili powder on Mars, is muy caliente, and it will keep us very warm en el invierno. If you guys want a little translation, I know a little bit of Spanish. Un poquito. Exactamente means exactly. ¿Por qué? Means why. Amigo means my friend. Muy caliente means very hot. And en el invierno, I think that means in this environment. I'm just guessing. I'm not completely sure what invierno means. Anyways, then off they zoomed. The cuckoo comet and the kitty boy made it to Mars with a soft landing. Ooh, sighed Don Diego. That felt marvelous. Then he turned to glance at Skippito. No offense, Poco Coco, but why the suit de la nieve? Asked Don Diego. It's not a snowsuit, declared Skippito. It's a space suit. just because they said it's not a snowsuit. Pupito said it's not a snowsuit. I'm assuming that de la nieve means for the cold. For the cold. I'm assuming that's what de la nieve means. Okay. This is not a snowsuit, declared Skippito. It's a spacesuit. Dude, you don't need a spacesuit up here, said Poquito Tito. You need a spice suit. Mars is covered in chili powder, chico. This made Peros go loco and the rojo singing chili rojo, chilirito. It's a wag of the tail for Skippito. For there's nothing as nice as a roll in hot spice in the light of Martian monitos. These songs are so funny. I like them. But a roll in the rojo should have been a no-no, because the quicker you can say monkeys making meatballs. Skippito rolled and rolled in the opposite direction from his pipeline puchitos. Said Skippito, panting. You boys are right. This spicito is hot. The astronautito was so calor under the collar that he just had to take off his spacesuit. Calor, I'm assuming, is hot. Calor, because caliente means something spicy or hot, right? So calor, I'm assuming, is also hot. Because astronautito is rolling through the spice in Mars. Let me adjust how I'm laying down. Much more comfortable. I like this better. Muchachos, he called out. There was no answer. Uh-oh, Skippito said to himself. I'm lost in spice. But the astronautito did not panic. He grabbed his binoculars and climbed up onto a roca. And that's when he saw it. Holy green gorillas, gulped Skippito. It's a Martianito. The buchito pounced just a whisker away from the unearthly creature. Uh-oh. Skippito had just identified a Martian. Or a Martianito. Is that racially motivated? Martianito. Oh my gosh. This page is different. I gotta hold it like this. Dude. Your ears are too big for your head. Your ears are too big for your head. Your head is too faces showed. We are tweens. The Martian was so mesmerized that he could not take uno ojo off himself. Skippito was so excited that he could not stop hopping and flapping his arms. Then, all of a sudden, he remembered he was lost. Hey, come on, uno ojo, called the kitty boy. We've got to find mis amigos. But uno ojo said nada. He said nothing. He simply sat and stared at his image in the mirror. Okie dokito, said Skippito. I'll go, but you have to keep an eye on my stuff, especially my sock monkey. Then he took off faster than a tidally wink in a tornado. This book is fun. He didn't have to go far. In less time than it takes to tickle a termite, Skippito found his cucuritos cooped up inside of a crater. Dudes, shouted Skippito. Dude, whispered Don Diego. You are just in tiempo. You're just in tiempo. I don't know what tiempo means, but I'm guessing from context, you are just in tiempo means you're just in time. See, Spanish is not that hard. Spanish is really not that hard. You're just in tiempo. In time for what? Said Skippito. Hombres de la Marte, said Puquito Tito. With a shiverito. With a shiverito. Not the men from Mars, declared Skippito. Oh my gosh. It's a bunch of Martians. They look crazy. Loco. See? Muy loco. Sorry, that was my finger against the book. I didn't fart. The mere mention of Martians made muchachos go mad. Made the muchachos go mad. They didn't like being called Martians. Knock, knock. Who goes there? Verde Martians everywhere, slurping sloppy ice cream cones, speeding in the spicy zones. Mossy Martians on the move. What do they think they have to prove? We did not come here for a fight. We want to build. We will not bite. Then Skippito felt the fur stand up on the back of his neck. So the Martians are saying they want to build, not fight. But they're kind of crazy, and they're all saying this together. Because the Critter's Crater was about to have 5 crazy creatures for company. Crazy creatures for company. Holy hooplets, hollered Skippito. Here they come. Oh my gosh, those are kind of crazy. Before Skippito could think of what to do, the Verde visitors piled out of was green and bossy. The fourth was green and funky. And the fifth was green and... Let me guess, is it chunky? Wait. Green and monkey. Yelled Skippito. That's my sock monkey. Ditto, declared Skippito's one-eyed Martian twin, emerging from the green group before him. No way! Look, Skippito's Martian twin is trying to steal Papito's sock monkey. I'm really invested in this story now. Without saying another palabra, Skippito picked up his monkey paw and pulled. First, Skippito yanked this way. Then Uno Ojo yanked it that way. It's Taco Monquito, cheered the chimichangas. On the count of three, the Popitos pulled también as the doggies yelled, Uno! And the Martians yelled, Oh! And uh-oh, Uno Oh let a go-go sending. This wordplay is so silly. But the doggies shouted, Uno! And the Martians yelled, Oh! And uh-oh, Uno Oh let a go-go. Sending the giddy boy flying. Wow. Skippito and his sock monkey hurtled headfirst back into earth and out through his closet door. And kaboom, he hollered, breaking the sound barrier and maybe his head. Something happened inside of the closet that launched him out. Oh, his mama came rushing there. Came rushing straight to Skippy John Jones. Skippy John Jones, exclaimed Mama, rushing into his room. What on earth are you doing? The giddy boy stood up and shook off a cloud of red spice. I didn't do anything on Earth, Mama, replied Skippy John. I did everything on Mars. Oh, that's terrific, Major Tom. Then she straightened the giddy boy's ears. You must be starving. Later that night, the giddy boy looked up at the starry sky. Mars, he muttered, beginning to bounce. Oh, I'm Skippy John Jones, and I like my red jammies, 'cause they're made from wool of green Martian lammies. Stop bouncing, Pinkie Pie, scolded Mama. I'm not pink, I'm red, said Skippy. It's over, Red Rover, said Mama. Just go to sleep. And that's exactly what he did. And that is the end of Skippy John Jones, Lost in Spice. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed mis amigos.